So last night I'm on my way home from the Superman premiere. I'm scrolling the newsfeed, I've done my Out of the Theater reaction, just trying to decompress, and I see a photo in my Facebook feed, and I'm like, man, that is really shit AI. Like, who'd have thought that was a good idea? And I start seeing it more and more. So anyway, get home, film my review for Superman, edit that, and I have to wait till 5 a.m. the next morning. And, you know, I wake up a couple of hours later. I feel like absolute shit. I really need a good catch-up sleep tonight. But when I go to upload my Superman review, I see Christian over at Planet CHH has put a video up also covering this particular piece of art. Quote unquote, art. And supposedly, not confirmed, but supposedly, this may be the final piece of box art for the Elm Street 4K box set due out at the end of this year. Not including the steelbooks. We are yet to see what the steelbooks are going to look like. But this is on Blu-ray.com. So this isn't someone just fucking about for the sake of it. If it's on Blu-ray.com, that makes me worried. Very, very worried. But going back to the cover art in question, look at this. This is something that could have been generated in a couple of minutes on ChatGPT. If that. This is possibly one of the laziest pieces of artwork I have seen, let alone for such a popular horror franchise. One that we have been waiting for so long to get the 4K treatment. Last year, we had the first Elm Street that came out on 4K for the 40th anniversary. Wasn't bad, pretty good. In terms of the box art, it's pretty lazy. You guys know how I feel about that, but this just takes it to a whole new level. Now, in concept, with what is going on in this piece of quote-unquote art, I like it. I think this could have been done so well if another artist had have tackled this with an accurate representation of how Freddy looks from one of the Elm Street films, or an amalgamation of Freddy from some of the Elm Street films. Freddy's head on the bed head, I like that. That's very reminiscent of the original poster, but this, my God, man, this is just shocking. And yeah, going back to the Blu-ray.com website, it has it here. And that's one of those things where I don't think someone will be fucking around and this is a prank. Again, this definitely could be a placeholder, but given the fact that we had what we thought was a placeholder on a French website for the French box set, the 4K box set for that matter, with the Jackie Earl Haley and the Versus glove on the front, and that is supposedly confirmed for the French 4K box set release. This gets me really worried. Again, it says original first 7 nightmares. So we have 1 through to Wes Craven's New Nightmare. We do not have Freddy vs. Jason nor the remake. So this is going to be 14 discs, I believe. So obviously we've got the 4K and then the Blu-ray. Why don't you just fucking recycle all the other extras? And I bet you will. And yes, Jack Shoulder did post that him and Robert Englund were doing interviews, which is great. You know, some new pieces of bonus features and content are going to be on there, most notably Elm Street 2. But this, man, this gets me really worried. This surely cannot be the final product. Now, I understand trying to create new artwork for something, but at the same time, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what also is great that you could have used? The original posters. They still, in my opinion, are some of the greatest horror posters ever. And I'm not being biased, even with, you know, The Dream Child or Freddy's Dead. Those films aren't so great, but the posters are pretty banger. I'm just having another look at it. It gives me like the ick in the worst way possible. Like the look of Freddy even looks somewhat mirrored. Like they've just done half Freddy and then mirrored it and split it so it just looks pretty much the same on either side. And it's in the street, in a neighborhood. Everything about this just screams lazy. So hypothetically, let's say that this is the end game of the box art, minus the steelbooks. Again, I still need to see what the steelbooks are going to look like. Hopefully they keep it simple and utilize the original theatrical posters. Again, let's say this is the box art for the 4K box set. There is a backup plan. There is a plan B, but also a plan C. So there are 2 companies that do custom-made box sets for 4K, Blu-ray, and stuff like that. So we have Couchard and we have Blockbuster box sets. You can see right here some of their beautiful Elm Street box art. One is original inspired, you know, beautiful new fresh artwork, and then the other is utilizing the original posters, which Warner Brothers just should have done in the first place. Hell, they might still be doing that with the individual 4K cases. If that is the case, Get it? But then also it could be a book with the discs in it. We don't know yet. So yeah, guys, at this stage, this isn't 100% confirmed, and I double checked with Christian. He's checking into it as well, but he said it's not looking good. Again, seeing that up on Blu-ray.com really gets me worried, because I don't think someone would put it up there just to be lazy or for the sake of it or as a joke. Usually Blu-ray.com are pretty reputable with this stuff. So again, it just gets me worried, and it's just another nail in the coffin for the Elm Street 4K box set. I got worried from the get-go with the first Elm Street last year with just how lazy the packaging was for that. And like Christian said in his video, I know some people are going to be like, well, it's just artwork, don't worry about it. But when you love these films so much, when this franchise means so much to you, you want everything to be perfect. And there's nothing wrong with wanting a bit of fresh artwork, something that represents Freddy from each Elm Street film and pays respects to the franchise. Good and bad films in the bunch. So guys, with that being said, drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts on this quote-unquote artwork. Again, hopefully this is not set in stone, but if it is, god damn, man, at least make the films look good, for Christ's sake. Love you guts, and I'll catch you in the next one.